Hey, what's up everybody? Now that I got this dirt bike out of here, I can finally clean up the garage and get back into that Goldwing build. Alright, so let's clean it up. Man, this always works in the movies. Alright, here we go. Alright, it worked that time. Alright, so now that the garage is clean, I can finally focus and work on the bobber project again. So I'm going to show you a couple clips here of the things I plan on doing, and then we'll get right after it. I'm going to pull the carbs and the intake ports out. And then I'm going to create some steel plates to cover up the holes so that I can leave the engine in for mock-up and fitting. Two things I'm going to be doing to the kickstand. The first is taking this block off. The second is actually trimming the length down, and the reason for that is the bike has no lean anymore. With the hardtail and lowering of the front forks, it's almost sitting level, and I've actually accidentally knocked the bike over a couple times, so I really need to get that fixed. Okay, so the next project is getting this fuel pump out of here. I don't need it anymore because I don't have the original gas tank. The gas tank was behind the engine and almost level with it, so they had to pump the gas out of that and up to the carbs, whereas now I got a tank that's up above and I'm going to be running gravity feed to the carbs, and so I don't need this. So I'm going to be making a cap for the end of here because there's actually a shaft coming off the end of the camshaft that's going to be sticking out here and spinning, so I got to be able to have a cap to cover that and keep that safe. So the cap that I'll be making is actually going to be out of a fuel pump. Luckily I have two of these things, so I'm able to sacrifice one. And the main reason for all of this is the tachometer connection here, and I still need to be able to use that, so that's why I'm using this. Now that I got it apart, I'm going to draw a couple lines here where I think I'm going to cut it, and then I'll blend that in and I'll have somebody weld the cap on here. So I brought this to somebody who has the ability to weld aluminum, which I don't, and they did a really good job. So now I'm going to blend in the welds to make it look a little more as cast, so it's not glaringly obvious it's been cut and patched. Alright, so I took and sandblasted this, and then I also ran it through a stone polish, a vibratory system, and it kind of got me to where I want, but it really still stands out. And so what I've decided to do is I'm going to mask this off, and I found a silver paint, which is more of a metallic paint, and I'm going to give that a couple coats on here, and then kind of weather a little bit. Just trying to make it look like the old stuff so it doesn't stand out. Alright, to spare you the gory details, the last thing I want to do is put a brand new shiny part on a old and rusty bike. So I weathered this and I painted it in multiple layers, rubbed some dirt on it, rust, and even some grease in some spots, and it really fits in nice now. It doesn't stand out like an eyesore. So I'm very happy with this, and I'll install it right now. Alright, so I got a lot of stuff done there, and now it's time to clean up and move on to the next project. So I'm loving how some of this stuff turned out, especially what used to be the fuel pump that now is just the tachometer. It really just fits in. It looks like old bike part, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. I don't want something to be glaringly obvious and be all like, oh man, what's that shiny thing doing on that rusty old piece of junk? Not really, not a piece of junk. It's gonna be awesome. Anyways, so I've got lots of other stuff planned. I gotta work on the mounting of the tank, as well as redoing the seat and fixing the radiator inlet, and just a bunch of other things. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel, and the best way to do that is clicking on the subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell. Alright, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you keep watching for future videos, and you guys be careful out there.